Even now, it still hurts. I have merely switched off the corresponding facial expressions to avoid making other people uncomfortable. But if I do not recall my memories, I cannot complete my task.
So, is this why you've been spending so much time out here?
When memory data surfaces, there is a high probability that my cognition module will crash. This constitutes a safety risk. Therefore, I have been spending time away from the tribe.
Yeah, exactly! Whatever happens, we'll make sure things don't get out of hand.
Assessing relative combat capability. Paimon, approximately.
1/5? Of what?
Traveler. Risk mitigated. Strategy accepted.
Nope, she's not in my party yet.
I can't thank you enough for hosting us these past few days.
It's all right. She'll be in good...
She never came back.
Hey now, you'll see her again. And we have so much...
Arieta. Amu. Joashin. I am back.
Huh? Inefa? You brought her back? Thanks so much. Don't mention it.
Also, gratitude for the flower. What does it feel like to know where you are returning to?
That's a strange question. As soon as you're all better, you'll be returning to Notcry. Oh, and we forgot to say, we're actually heading there ourselves soon. Maybe we can travel together.
Not cry. Is that home?
Huh?
Cognition module unable to define. All the memory data that has presented itself recently has been related to Natlan. But the merchants tell me that I have family waiting for me in Notcry. If I do recover my memories, which time period will they be from? And will the post-recovery me be the same me that I am now, or someone different?
Phew.
What is it that you're afraid of? Are you worried the new you will be so different you don't even recognize her?
Finding near synonyms for mind and conflict. Cognition module. Split. Yes. Once I have been split, will it change the way I define home?
Huh. Now that's a tough question. A lot of people and a lot of Saurians spend their whole lives searching for an answer to that. But if you want my opinion, home is somewhere you can always return to, wherever that might be. No matter how far you fly, there will always be someone back there waiting for you. No matter how battered and bruised you get, you can always go back there to rest and recover. I guess you could say it's somewhere you belong. Wherever it is that your memories guide you back to, I'm sure it'll be somewhere you feel safe. Somewhere you feel you belong. Of course, everyone's situation is different. And I don't know how applicable my experience is in your case, but...
Okay. Recorded under reference data.
And at the end of the day, I mean, who says you can't have more than one home? There's no law against it. Someone's looking for us. Hopefully this means there's been some progress. Don't be afraid to recover your memories. They might contain the answers you're looking for.
Got it.
Recover your memories. Malfunction. Have you forgotten why you cast them away to begin with?
Ugh. Genshin always has pacing problems. Like I'm just teleporting around cutscene after cutscene after cutscene. No gameplay or anything.
Oh, it's Lolly. Didn't think it'd be you.
Why? Don't you think I'd want to do my part to help the Traveler? And anyway, no one's more qualified than the Masters of the Nightwind when it comes to Natlan's ancient history.
Ancient history? Wow. Even by Lolly's standards?
If you think I didn't hear that, you're sorely mistaken. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. I don't know if you noticed, but Kenichi's little sidekick has been acting a little strange around Inefa. After you parted ways, Kenich put him in timeout for 3 whole days and nights. Then, he had Aoife send Kakuku to torment him for another night. Finally, Ahau got so infuriated with Kakuku's pestering that he lost his cool and let slip a crucial piece of information. 2 words. Sovereign Ruler.
Sovereign ruler? So what? Isn't that just how he introduces himself?
It is, and I always assumed it was a load of hot air. But apparently not. Turns out the title refers to the 13 Dragon Lords who ruled Natlan in ancient times. Wait, really? How? It took me forever to figure this out. Anyway, the 13 sovereign rulers are not ordinary dragons, but forms of artificial intelligence created by the Pyro Dragon using secret source technology. They had superior intelligence and greater authority than even the ancient dragons themselves. Each ruled over a portion of Natlan's territory, but one by one, they disappeared during the war with the heroes. Even most of their names are unknown now, long since buried in the sands of time. If we hadn't managed to pry that tidbit out of Ahau's mouth, I would have had no idea where to even start.
I always thought that little monster's biggest claim to fame was arguing with Kakuku for an entire day. He has quite a history then, huh? Which of the 13 was he?
Not a clue. So far, he has staunchly refused to reveal which of the sovereign rulers he was. My guess is that he doesn't even remember. Remember, these rulers were supposed to be powerful forms of artificial intelligence.
Wait, the dragon?
And
Wait,
Ahau-
whoa,
Well, it
back up,
hardly seems
back
like
up.
He's still in his prime. I'll bet he's lost most of his memories and power by now.
Whoa! Okay. The Sovereign Dragons, I thought they were the child of Nibelung. Nibelung is like the primordial dragon, the very first being of Tevat. Oh shit. And I just assumed he had children, and they became the Sovereign Dragons. Basically, the elements, Dendro, Pyro, whatever, and Ahau was one of those dragons, and they were called Sovereign Dragons. They are the rulers, like Nuavet. Nuavet is like a reincarnation of one of the Sovereign Dragons, I think, right? He isn't the original Sovereign Dragon of Water, I believe. But then, this is like saying that they keep using Sovereign Dragons, and we're artificial intelligent beings? Oh, that would explain Ahau. Ahau is all like, digital and glitchy and blah 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 blah, right? That would explain why he looks the way he is. Pixelated and everything. Oh, and then Nefa, when you use her shield, she has like, digital brooms and things like that. So she could be one of the Sovereign Dragons? A lightning one? Holy shit. What? That's crazy. That Nibelung artificially created the seven elemental dragons, but they're saying that there are 13. So I don't get that. Unless, wait. Unless 7 of them were elemental organic beings, and then 6 of them No. But they said that the Pyro Dragon is the one who created these 13. Back up. Yeah, look.
Ahem. Anyway, the 13 sovereign rulers are not ordinary dragons, but forms of artificial intelligence created by the Pyro Dragon using secret source technology.
So are there 2 cases of sovereign dragons here? Are we talking about, like, Nouvelette is an organic being, right? He isn't an artificial being. And then the Pyro Dragon created 13 artificial beings, and he called them sovereign dragons too. They're copies? I'm just fucking confused, man. This is what stop confusing the people, man. Can't you just create straightforward? We already have sovereign dragons. We already have Nibelung, the primordial one, and the heavenly principles, and shades, and archons named after demons, and then it's like sovereign dragons. Okay, I get that. They were basically the dragons of the 7 elements of the game. The second descender who came to the planet wiped out the dragons and then destroyed Nibelung, the primordial one, the very first being of Tevat, and split his body into the Genosis mechanism that each of the archons have. Right? Or were the Genosis mechanisms created from the 7 defeated sovereign dragons? Again, see, they're using sovereign dragons to describe the 7 elemental dragons. But here, they're saying the Pyro Dragon created 13 dragons and he named them sovereign dragons. Sovereign rulers. Are not ordinary dragons. Okay. Maybe it's 2 different things. Sovereign dragons are the 7 elemental dragons that were defeated by the second descender. Sovereign rulers is just like a subcategory of artificial beings created by the Pyro Dragon to rule Natlan? And is that how? One of these these artificial constructs created by the Pyro Dragon. So he isn't actually a real dragon. So Aoife is like a how?
Whether you're up in the sky or down below the ground, volcano cake is always a tasty treat.
Well, Didn't I not put it, like, co-op closed?
Lost.
Yet, despite.
What?
Could be. Kaniche and Aoife have been.
Darn!
Not complete. Her name was the Priestess of Floral Candle. The records claim that she didn't die in the war with humanity, but was executed by her own kind. Her crime being betrayal of dragonkind by
Huh?
Some of it.
We'll come back. We'll
tribe's
come back.
origin story has after raising her, her surrogate mother then encouraged her to leave the nest. She traveled gradually. But that's as much as the legends say.
Fuck! This is why we need a fucking skip button!
Oh, you mentioned that the Priestess of Floral Candles and
unfortunate. It's very possible that this is mere speculation. If she truly in the savage.
Gee.
I'm fine.
I brought some woven scrolls with me that might be useful.
Oh my god, man.
Don't say anything. It's just a little. Well, I need to get going now.
Gratitude. Goodbye.
Enough of flowers, sure.
How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2...
Okay, I'm gonna pause it here until this guy goes away.
I thought. I'll get to that.
And I'm gonna double check my co-op. Like, seriously, I put it in my SIG, right? Co-op X. Maybe people don't know what co-op is. X means. How do I edit it again?
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough, but taming the beast within is tougher.
Typing with one hand here. Fuck.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
What? Oh my god, fucking all the interface shit, man. No, I confirmed. Maybe I can't edit. Yeah, there. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. Okay, I'm back. And I replayed the cutscene again to the point where this is pretty close to where we co-op guy joined. Continuing on.
Not a clue. So far, he has staunchly refused to reveal which of the sovereign rulers he was. My guess is that he doesn't even remember. Remember, these rulers were supposed to be powerful forms of artificial intelligence. And how? Well, it hardly seems like he's still in his prime. I'll bet he's lost most of his memories and power by now.
Lost. Memories.
Yet, despite that, Ahau seemed to sense the presence of a fellow sovereign ruler when you were nearby. Specifically, it's the core in your chest he was reacting to.
What? Inepha's a sovereign ruler too?
Could be. Kaniche and Aoife have been keeping a close watch on Ahau, in case he reveals anything else. But so far, it seems like those 2 words are all he remembers.
Darn! So the trail's gone cold.
Not completely. There's also Lianka and the Flower Feather clan, both of which have triggered a response from Inefa so far. And as it happens, out of the sovereign rulers that I was able to dig up information on, there was one who had a very close relationship with Lianka. Her name was the Priestess of Floral Candles and Skyborn Feathers, otherwise known as the 8th Lord. She ruled over what is now the Flower Feather clan's territory. The records claim that she didn't die in the war with humanity, but was executed by her own kind. Her crime being betrayal of dragonkind by secretly raising a human. Lianka.
Huh? Shasta, did you know this?
Some of it. Our tribe's origin story has Lianka being raised by a dragon. And of the 6 heroes, she had the closest relationship with dragonkind. After raising her, her surrogate mother then encouraged her to leave the nest and seek her own path. She traveled far and wide, settling disputes between humans and saurians. She didn't pick sides based on past grievances between humanity and dragonkind. She stood up for the weak, protecting them from those more powerful who sought to exploit them. Gradually, a community of like-minded people and saurians gathered around her, united by their desire for freedom and equality. And that was how the Flower Feather clan began. But that's as much as the legends say. They never mentioned her dragon mother's name, or what became of her in the end.
Oh, sorry. My cognition module is acting up again. At some point during this conversation, it started behaving very erratically. You mentioned that the Priestess of Floral Candles and Skyborn Feathers was executed. Might I ask how?
Unfortunately, the humans of that time weren't privy to all the details of dragon affairs. The only records we have are vague references from after the fact. It's very possible that this is mere speculation or complete fabrication, so don't give too much weight to it. But for what it's worth, it's said that a curse was placed on the priestess by one of the other rulers. If she truly harbors pro-human sentiment, then for every ounce of goodwill she feels, may her mind be flooded with pain of immeasurable proportions. In the savage conflict and chaos that followed, the priestess's mind was ultimately destroyed.
Jeez, what a bizarre method of execution. Definitely sounds like the history writers used some artistic license there.
I'm fine. This didn't seem to trigger any erratic behavior. So, do you think that my origins have something to do with this sovereign ruler?
Interesting. Well, it's hard to say what, if any, direct connection you have to the 8th Lord. But since the name Lianka seems to ring a bell for you, why don't you look into it yourself? I brought some woven scrolls with me that might be useful. Have a look if you're interested. Here, take them. Don't say anything. In a moment, I'm going to leave. I need you to join me, discreetly. It's just a little spell based on our prior experience. I'll explain everything shortly when you catch up with me. Well, I need to get going now. If I find out anything more, I'll keep you updated.
Gratitude. Goodbye.
Bye, St. Lolly.
Now's your chance. Slip away quietly while they've got their heads buried in those woven scrolls. Meet me at the other side of the settlement.
Hello, traveler. Well, Lolly hasn't told you everything. There's another sovereign ruler that Nefa might be connected to, not just the one from the Flower Feather clan.
All trace of this other sovereign ruler was lost after the war. The records claim that in their final battle, they fought against Ishkik and Lianka.
It was, my idea. I suggested we bring up the Dragon Mother first and see how Inefa responds. And, well, Lolly has debriefed me on how it went. Apparently, she barely reacted, despite a very strong reaction to the name Lianka. And to me, that says we need to tread very carefully when probing her about the 11th Lord.
She's the one who went missing after the war. Said to be the proudest of all the sovereign rulers. And the most hostile towards humanity. When the Pyro Dragon fell, she couldn't accept that dragonkind had been defeated. She sank into despair and insanity. But the rest is lost to history. There's no way to find out what became of her. Or even what her name was.
Remember, though, in essence, these sovereign rulers weren't physical entities, but pure intelligence, built with secret source technology. I mean, who knows what happens when a manufactured mind goes mad? Maybe she lost her power and memories. Maybe she split into different personalities.
The point is, if Inefa really does originate from the 11th Lord, then we need to...
What? Have her taken out? Because of some baseless speculation? How would that be any different from what they did to Lianka's mother?
Chaska, what brings you here?
Anyone with a brain could see you were up to something back there. Unless it's a Paimon brain. Or a robot brain.
Okay, you got us. Actually, we never intended to cut you out of this. It's just that Lolly's spell only works on the Traveler. But Chaska, I'm telling you, we have legitimate concerns here. This is not baseless speculation. Ever since Inefa set sail for Natlan, the secret source automatons have been getting increasingly aggressive. It's as if they're drawn to each other. Inefa could well be the 11th Lord herself. And if so, then the moment she recovers her memory, all of us, all of humanity, will instantly become her enemy.
Why did they think they're 11th? Why not the 8th? Because it fits. Her execution is to always be in pain when she does something good for humanity, which sounds like Inefa's headache.
I've been keeping an eye on movements at the Flower Feather clan. Whatever she was in the past, and whoever she becomes in the future, I trust who she is today.
Even if the past and future Inefa are a completely different person from who she is now?
If you're suggesting that there's a volatile force within her, threatening to rise up and take over at any given moment, that makes two of us, but no one ever gave up on me. Not Mama Bird, not Koichi, not my dad. So what right do I have to give up on her? If Lianka was here, I have every confidence that she'd say the same. Besides, even if the 11th Lord rises again and declares all of us her enemy, the solution is simple. We defeat her. The heroes managed it, so there's no reason we can't too.
Fine. I had a feeling this might be your reaction.
Look, I get it. You're only acting like the villain here to make us realize how serious the situation is. You know how I know that? Because when I was a kid, they brought me to you for treatment, and you didn't give up on me either.
Yeah, well, playing the villain is a force of habit for old Granny by this point. Just know you've been warned, all right? Watch out for any new developments and make sure you know where she is at all times. Hey, the spell hasn't worn off yet, you know. Anyway, now that we're all caught up, you should get back on Inefa watch, and we should get back to investigating.
Help! Someone! Oh, Chaska? What are you all doing here? And when did Shilonan show up?
Paimon, you were supposed to stay with Inefa.
Oh, right, Inefa. Something weird happened. She got halfway through those woven scrolls and then flew off all of a sudden. Paimon tried to stop her, but she wouldn't come back.
Did